Hey guys, thanks for your questions on one of the blogs, the recent blogs. So I'm going to answer the first 10 questions that you guys gave. First is Jordan. He asks, what is your favorite song on Heaven and Earth and why? My favorite song right now is Cielo, which means like heaven or sky in Spanish. And I have loved that song because we've been playing it at the end of the concerts lately, the end of the worship times. And after this conversation about heaven and talking about heaven and our hope and our future and what Jesus has done for us, just being able to worship with this, the lyrics like I can't lift my hands high enough, and seeing the people respond to that and actually doing it and showing how much they love God and with their, even their emotions, their hand movements. It's an awesome thing. Okay. Ben asks, why don't you ever come to Atlanta? Will you soon please? Yes. That'd be awesome. Tanner Dalton says, quote, I remember when the stars were young, you breathed life into my lungs, end quote. Then he asks, where does your inspiration come from, and have you ever considered writing a book of poetry? I don't think I'll ever write a book of poetry because I want to use the poetry for songs, and I'll never end up having any poems. And the inspiration comes from a lot of different things, a lot of different places. That specific song, those lyrics are from a song called Eden, and that song was actually, among other things, inspired by a chapter in a Donald Miller book. The book's called Searching for God Knows What, and this chapter was about Adam and Eve, and just really related their whole story to me in a whole cool way in my mind, and it made me want to write a song about it. So that's where that song came from. Charlie asks, what age did you know you wanted to do music full time, and did you ever worry it might not happen? I never worried it might not happen. It just, ever since I was 13, I started leading worship in my youth group with a couple chords I knew and a couple songs I knew. And I just loved doing it, and I was like always kind of content at where I was. And God just kind of prepared me for the next step. And so I walked through another door, go to kind of a new place in life. And it just kind of got bigger and bigger slowly but surely. And if I ever worried about something, is more if it was something only I wanted to do and God didn't want me to do it, because it was all these open doors and ways to go, and cool things are happening with music and leading worship, and I was just hoping like it just wasn't me trying to push it all forward. And so I feel very blessed to be where I am today. Tom asks, where do you get your skinny jeans? They're pretty legit. LOL. Tom, I got these jeans from Urban Outfitters, and I like these ones a lot because they have these zippers that some people think are really lame, but I like them because it reminds me of when I was young and I would get these pants and I would cut the bottoms so they would look all cool around my boots, but it really wasn't that cool when I look at pictures. Tom Bettinson says, why have your songs disappeared from Spotify? It's a good question. Wish I knew what Spotify was. May asks, can you come to the Chattanooga area specifically Lee University in Cleveland, Tennessee? Yes, I can come there. Justin asks, if lunchboxes made a huge comeback and everyone started carrying around lunchboxes, what kind of lunchbox would you have and why? What would be on it? Would it have a thermos? Thanks. Yeah, thermoses are great because they keep cold things cold and hot things hot. So I would definitely have a thermos. A matching thermos, and probably, I don't know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would be on the cover, and on the thermos container. Amanda asks, what has affected you most while being on tour? What is your favorite tour that you have been on, and why? What has affected me most while being on tour? On Shane and Shane tours that I do, I've done the last 2 Christmas tours with them. What affects me most is bad food, and it makes me gain weight. And sorry, Shane, but you guys just are awesome, and I love eating with y'all. You're the best. Lydia, what is your favorite tour? My favorite, I don't know. They're all been awesome. I love the tour. Every tour is different and awesome. Lydia, what was the very first song you ever wrote? Lydia asks what the very first song I ever wrote. The first one I remember is one called I Want to Be With Him. And it was like, I remember typing up my dad's computer before I could even play music. It was like, I was like 8 or 9 years old, and it's stupid, but I still remember it goes, I want to be with him, I want to be with him up above, and I'll go tell people of his love. I want to be with him everywhere I go, and I'll go tell people that he loves me. He even told me so. He loves us very much, and when we're sick, he'll heal us by a touch. I want to be with him.
That's cute.
Oh, thanks, Mel. Any advice or tips for worship leaders in the church? How many of these have I done? Any advice? Man, the biggest advice for me, for worship leaders, a lot of people, but I love it when worship leaders know the Word real well. Like, read the Word and spend time in it and spend time memorizing it. Because when you have, like, you know, there's moments that are really great for a worship leader to inspire a group of people to sing the songs you want to sing. And it's really lame when it's like the worship leader's words, because then it just seems like a cheerleader, just up there like, hey everybody, let's get crazy. But when you're speaking out God's words and what He said in His promises, it could be like I don't know. It's a whole, it brings on a whole new thing to your worship leading experience and to the people's experience, because you don't have to think up or conjure up anything out of your own heart or your own mind. It's just like, this is what God says. Let's respond to it. So know the Word.
I think that might be 10.
That's probably close to 10. I agree that first question. That is 10. But I'm going to answer this. Hey, no fair. I just woke up and there are already 11 posts. Oh well, may you consider my question as well. And the question is, how do you feed your soul when you're on the road? Do you visit other churches? Well, a lot of places I play at our churches, and there's a lot of sweet people. But the best thing is the community that travels around with you. Like, right now I'm on a tour with Leland. Well, my band and my wife's out in Leland, and we got a great crew. And there's 13 people on a bus that sleeps 12. So it's pretty crowded, but it doesn't feel crowded. It just feels awesome because everybody loves God and encourages each other, and it's a great thing. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your questions. Keep coming back to the blog. We really are going to try our best to keep it updated. Mallory, my wife, is turning out to be quite a talented blogger. So come and see what we have to say, and keep in touch. Follow us on Twitter. Hopefully we'll come to your town soon, and you guys can come to a show or concert or event, whatever you think the right word is to say about what I do. So love you guys. See you.